From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the Hourly News Blast. LGBTQ Nation is reporting that GOP lawmaker who railed about Biden and inflation now says prices are a state-level issue. A Republican lawmaker spent years attacking former President Joe Biden for inflation, but when confronted about how prices have continued to rise this year, he claimed that inflation is a state-level issue. Anti-LGBTQ plus douchebag Representative Josh Brecheen from Oklahoma recently held a town hall meeting in Pryor, Oklahoma, where a constituent asked him a pretty simple question. Can you tell me what specific bills we have passed or worked on that would lower grocery prices? Ma'am, you are talking about things relative to state level, Brecheen responded. So you're mixing federal and state and Congress. He then started talking about how the 10th Amendment prohibits him from doing anything about the price of groceries and that she should pursue her question with the Oklahoma state government. The Constitution's 10th Amendment gives states the power to govern any parts of civic life that are not already delegated by the Constitution to the federal government. The amendment doesn't address the prices of groceries or other consumer goods which are affected by a variety of social and economic policies on both the state and federal levels. So when in doubt, blame Biden. This comes about a year after Brecheen was blaming Joe Biden for rising prices, even though Biden was also a federal official. A search of the platform X shows Brecheen posting dozens of messages blaming the Biden administration for increased prices. Prices are up more than 19% under President Biden, he posted in June 2024. President Biden's America is completely unaffordable. In July 2024, he specifically mentioned food prices and blamed President Biden's disastrous economic policies. In September 2024, after Biden dropped out and Kamala Harris became the Democratic nominee, Brecheen changed his message to how Biden-Harris was responsible for rising prices, including a 27% increase in restaurant prices. While it's a matter of debate among economists about how much control, if any, a president has over inflation, the current administration has been directly responsible for increasing prices by imposing import taxes. Congress voluntarily gave up its power to control tariffs and gave it to the president. Congress, which is controlled by Republicans, could pass a resolution to terminate the tariffs, according to the Center for American Progress. Representative Brecheen has a score of 0 on the Human Rights Campaign's congressional scorecard, showing his solid opposition to the LGBTQ plus community and our rights. In 2023, he introduced the Patriotism Not Pride Act that would ban federal agencies from celebrating Pride Month. He accused those agencies of promoting sexual preference and a far-left social agenda. In 2024, he introduced the Protecting Religious Freedom for Foster Families Act, which would have allowed foster and adoption agencies to place religious beliefs ahead of the best interests of the child in order to block protections for LGBTQ plus kids. The bill would have also allowed foster families to misgender any transgender kids in their care. Brecheen said that the bill stops President Biden's bureaucrats from violating foster families' sincerely held religious or moral beliefs, calling protections for LGBTQ plus foster kids an anti-Christian far-left agenda. Tell us what you think. Share comments on these videos that we're posting over on YouTube, because that's the News Blast at this hour. And if you're watching our news videos on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Starting September 1st, PEP Radio will be changing our entire daily programming schedule. Details coming soon to our social media pages. And up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.